Welcome back to Animation Station, and it has been a long time since I've put a video up on this channel. I think this is going to be a bit of a double whammy. I think I'm going to put this up on Gentle Dorks as well, just because of the way that things go. I've got a list of the 5 greatest superhero animated theme songs. These are the 5 that I picked as the best, most iconic superhero theme songs. So I'm just going to jump right in. In at number 5 is Captain Planet. Now, if you're of a certain age, like I am, you will remember Captain Planet. You will remember what they say with their rings to summon Captain Planet. You will remember the song from Captain Planet. I think just because of the way and because of the time that Captain Planet was out, it was just, especially because of the time that Captain Planet was out, it was a different time. People were starting to see that the planet was in dire straits and needed help. So somebody created a superhero to help save the planet, not the people, but the planet. And the theme song is absolutely fantastic. If you haven't heard it, go and find it. It is worth a listen to. If you're of a certain age and you were brought up in the late 80s, you will remember Thundercats. This was like a war cry for people my age. It's one of these things that when you hear it, it's like a memory unlocked. Whenever I hear it, it's like, oh, that's Thundercats. The things that they've done to Thundercats recently with the Teen Titans Go type revival of it, I wasn't a fan of that. But they sort of redeemed themselves with the updated version. It still didn't have the whole story properly done the way that they had done in the 80s. The way that they had the song in the 80s is fantastic. It's an amazing soundtrack to a children's cartoon. That's the thing, these are all aimed at children. They've got the theme songs like this, it was amazing, and it had no right being as good as what it was. Moving on to number 3, we have Spider-Man, the animated series. This theme song, again, had no reason to be this good. I think it was just something about the time and superhero theme songs being amazing. A lot of the time, the songs were as good as, if not better than, the show. Not to say that the shows were terrible. All of these shows I loved, and I couldn't have loved them anymore. Even with the theme songs, even if they were terrible theme songs, I would have still loved the shows. But the theme song, just the way that it brought you into the show, it's like, this is going to be an experience, and it was. It needs to draw you in, or else you're not really going to be drawn in. The show might be amazing, but the theme song's like, skip. Now with Netflix, skip. There's some theme songs out there where you will not press skip. The 3 that I've said already, definitely I would never skip any of them. The next one again is a Marvel show, and recently we have just had the revival, and it's X-Men, the animated series. A lot of people are up and down about the way that they've done the theme song of X-Men 97. It's the same song, they have just changed it a tiny bit. Not enough for it to be a completely different song. And I don't see what the problem is. They've updated it for a younger audience. Plus they want the old audience, like me, to say, this was the show you loved. Here it is. It's changed, but we're still doing what we've done. Here's the theme song you loved. It's a bit different. But the way people are treating the revival is insane. I've got another video about the whole X-Men 97 planned. I'm going to wait until I've watched all the episodes. I've only watched the first 2. I've not had a chance to watch 3 or 4 yet. Probably by the time this comes out, it'll be 5 and 6. Maybe by the time this has come out, I'll have watched them all. Who knows? But X-Men the animated series, the theme song is amazing. From that, we move on to my number one superhero animated theme song. It had no reason being as good as it was, but because of the show, it had to be that good, because the show itself was that good. And again, essentially, this was a show for children, and it's Batman the animated series. Now, it was a lot darker than any animated show at that point. This was dark. Even for Batman, it was dark. They saw what Tim Burton done, and like, we want it to be like this, but more real. Because with the Batman animated series, they got in the best cast they could. Batman and Bruce Wayne was portrayed by Kevin Conroy, and he is undoubtedly the best Batman and Bruce Wayne ever, whether that be animated or live action. I've said it, come at me. But the theme song had no reason, none of these had any reason to be as good as they were. The show was fantastic, and the theme song as well is just out of this world, and it fits the show fantastically. And sadly, we lost Kevin Conroy, and we're never going to have him as Batman, and we're never going to have Mark Hamill as the Joker ever again. But we have this show sealed in history as the greatest animated theme song, and probably the greatest animated superhero show ever. On that note, I shall love yous and leave yous, and